Hello, welcome back to the channel, guys. If you don't know what that means, by the way, it's hello in Dutch, because we are in Holland. So today, it's one day out for Big Michael. So one of my long-term clients, I worked with Michael for, it's coming on 3 years, over 3 years now. It's been a very, very incredible long-term journey for him. I'll just put up now like where he started and where he's at. Obviously this prep, it's crazy the amount of tissue we've managed to add over numerous different phases, and the guy's just a workhorse. Originally we never actually planned to compete. He just wanted to become a bodybuilder, someone who looks like a bodybuilder, lives the lifestyle, but just didn't want to jump on stage. But he's in a position where this year he changed his mind, and we set the goal. We competed 2 weeks ago in Holland again. I wasn't at that show, but 2 weeks ago, and he won the overall, his first ever show. Won his class and the overall, but now we're here at the NPC show, the NPC regional in Holland, and I'm excited for what's to come here. He's looking very, very good. He's on the flatter side, but we've started to really push hard over the last couple of days, and we're starting to see that fullness come through. So in terms of with where he's at, I'm very, very pleased. He's got his weigh-ins, and then we're going to see him in person. The first time I've seen him in person for honestly 3.5 years. So it's going to be awesome to link up and just spend obviously the weekend with him here at the biggest show of his life. So that's what coaching's all about, taking someone from A to B, going through that journey with them, supporting through that process. And I'm excited to be here today and make the travel to come down and see him. So tune in. There, and then hold that. Everything through your abs as well. Really push them through. That's it, sit on them. That's it, tuck them in.
Justin, kun je een paar foto's nemen, at least?
Sit on it, push through them abs.
Yeah. I'm probably not gonna sleep over. Everyone, I think the same like shit.
Yeah, but at least
I lost my whole weekend to like see my friend 5 minutes on stage.
Yeah.
So a recap of what we've done so far this week. We saw a big drop off over the course of the start of the week in terms of with scale weight. We pushed back from the previous show because I knew we needed to be even sharper than we were at the last show. We would have had to have been anyway to pull body mass down to make sure that we made weight, which thankfully we've obviously done today, just about. But we have done it. So we've seen scale weight drop at the start of the week. Now, once I saw this number, which for me, when we wanted to start to load in, was going to be around that sort of 84.5, 85 kg mark. Once we hit that, I knew, right, we're sweet, we're good to go. We hit that mark, we reduced expenditure back down to steps, fully rested and recovered prior to the load to make sure that we could uptake the load. If I'm looking and being critical with where we were at, I would not like to have seen then what happened following from the back of this. So we pulled down from 80, what was an 85.4, and then considerably dropped overnight into the 83s, and then from there into the 82s the following day. So we've started this week in a position where we're like, right, we need to fill, and we need to fill pretty aggressively. Originally we were going to do the back end Friday, Saturday leading to Sunday. We knew we had to bring that day forward, so moved it forward. First day loading 800 gram of carbs gone into play, with that 230 protein, 50 fat, and that's sat in the system. But then the following day, because we know the response from previous high days, previous shows, etc., we're not going to see a nudge up in scale weight with that. We're going to see that body mass pretty much hold as Michael just burns through that food on day one. Following off the back of that, we know then, second, third day loading, that's when we're going to see that body mass increase. And for me, I want to see him realistically on Sunday morning, waking up around that 87 to 88 mark. That's going to be the scale weight that I want him. And we know with the rate of drop that he has overnight, he's going to need to go to bed around 90 kilo. 89 to 90 kilo, that kind of range is going to be good for us for him to go to bed at. So these are kind of the numbers, because as well, I feel it's important to go off the scales when you're looking to try and achieve certain looks to a certain extent. Yeah, the visuals are going to govern all your decisions primarily, but equally so you've got that reference point of the scale. So after that first day, we've then not pushed up in terms of body mass. I know I need that body mass to move. So we've been aggressive yesterday. We've loaded him up 1,000 gram of carbs. Eventually, after check-ins after first few meals with him training with a pump, I've pumped his fats up as well, just so that we don't run through the carbs much so aggressively, and we're going to actually utilise some of the fats in there to help slow digestion, and with that allow that food to stick. So, and it's worked. We've woken up today significantly heavier. We're inwards now from what we were at 82.8, we're inwards into the 85s now, mid 85s, and tomorrow again we're going to see another, I believe, where he goes to bed at night, when we're looking around that sort of 90 kilo mark, we're going to be jumping up again another couple of kg, which is going to be great to see. And that's the body weight that we know where he wakes up at that, perfect. We can then just steadily load into the show from there. So we've done again today, another high dare food. It's going to be, in terms of with the totals, we've done 5 meals, and this has led him up now to his final meal. We've kept fats relatively high at 70 grams. With this, we're going to be doing a full day. It's going to be circa 750 gram of carbs. What I've done is pulled out his final meal, but we're now replacing that with a denser fats meal. So we are going out and having a burger fries now, which you might think, oh, that's just what standardly happens on shows. Everyone has burger fries the night before. Well, we've actually got data to back this in terms of what we've done previously. We've, off the back of his previous show, etc., we know fats sit well with him. We can utilise this increase in fats really to drive even more fullness, and again to further help slow digestion, to allow that fullness just to marinate really overnight. So we're going to be aggressive today. We are going to make that call to increase food, keep food high, but also increase that final meal with a higher fat intake. So he's going to be looking at around 110 to 120 gram of fats total for the day. You can see I'm kind of saying between the numbers, because when you are not weighing things out yourself, it's never going to be exact. But we know this kind of dense, he's had it before, Burger King meal, alongside that with the large fries, it's just going to saturate some nice fullness. And I want him to go to bed overnight feeling full, feeling like he's ready to burst almost, and then with that, veins in his arms, and he's going to bed in a position where he feels like that, because overnight it's going to pull off a lot of fluid. From there he's going to wake, and he is still going to be somewhat flat in the morning, but then what it's only going to require from there is steady replenishment of fluids, leading into then towards meal by meal. He's just only going to get fuller, like very, very quickly. So that's what we're looking at for tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to take it meal by meal, but we're in a really, really good spot, like a really, really good spot. Like the guy's shredded, and that is the number one goal first and foremost. Can you get shredded and be ready to accept the load? We've done that. There's areas where we know, in hindsight, looking back on this week and previous peaks, we'll take the data that we've got from these previous shows and actually be in a position where we ever do jump on stage again, whatever that goal and that plan may be moving forward, then we've got that data in the bank, which is fantastic. So I'm excited to see where things land here. He's got a final meal to go in. He's going to be in a position where fullness is really going to be maxed out tonight, and then from there we're going to wake up tomorrow with just fullness ready to go, really, because conditioning is not an issue. And this is what I see with a lot of people. If someone's inside out peeled flat, don't be afraid to load quite aggressively. If you're looking to push from a fullness standpoint and you know the individual can be fuller, there's a difference between knowing someone can be fuller and someone just not having enough muscle mass in the first place. I know he can be fuller based on visuals previously, based on where his body mass has been previously. So don't be afraid, guys, when you have got a client there, to just push them for that fullness or give them more food. I feel a lot of people almost refrain from giving guys too much, or especially leading very close to a show, or massively limiting food on show day and massively limiting fluids, when realistically at times with certain individuals you might need to keep those in to hold the look that you're after. And fluid's a massive thing as well. We won't be pulling fluid. We've kept fluid in. Yesterday 8 litres, the day before 8 litres, today we've run at 6 litres. That'll be kept in though tomorrow. We will run 500 ml with meal one. We'll assess what that looks like. If we feel we need more and we can be fuller, we'll add fluid alongside food. It's not just a case of we only need food to fill up here. We also need fluids. So there's that into account as well. And with that too, looking after obviously electrolyte balance as well. But we're not going to be utilising any kind of diuretic or anything like that. We're utilising Peak Max, which I do like as a supplement, but again, not using it too hastily, and that's where we're at from that stand. So again, if you're legitimately peeled, guys, and you are worried about fullness, the last thing you want to take is any kind of diuretic, because you're asking to be flat and you're asking to probably portray a look on stage that is completely unpredictable. So again, it works with certain individuals who've got the experience of utilising it. Granted, I'm not someone who's against him, but with someone like him, he definitely doesn't need things like that. So that gives you a bit of an understanding of where my thought process has been at for this week, and you can then understand why we've done what we've done. And I feel like it's important to add education as well on the YouTube, not just show you what we're doing. There's reasoning why we're doing that as well. So yeah, thank you obviously for listening in to that. Gives you an understanding of where the plan's at moving forward, and we'll take it now after tonight's meal by meal tomorrow. Main thing is that he gets a good night's sleep in tonight, and then we're ready to go for tomorrow. So yeah, burgers on the way. As you've just seen, we got rushed straight in backstage, tanning, etc. And then we just stayed backstage because he was going to be on. We didn't really know what time. So you probably think he's gone straight from home to being in the show. Well, yeah, we did. So in terms of with the plan of action from here, obviously, we've taken the class win and the overall in novice, taken the class win in light heavies. Now we're moving into classic. Now, for me, classic is what I prefer him in anyway. Like the bodybuilding shows, we wanted to do it to get on a bodybuilding stage, and he's gone and won them, which is just doesn't surprise me with Michael. But now we've moved forward into classic, and he's just going to go straight into the open class. So it's going to be cool because the standard's going to be great. I've seen backstage just so many good physiques, and there always is in classic. It's always stacked. It's always incredible, and it's great to see a real good standard of regional here in Holland. But I'm very pleased with the confidence he's gained just through every time he stepped on stage. Like he's a win's always going to give you confidence, but you can just see him just get better and better every time he goes on, and it's just going to be awesome to see him moving now to the classic class. So plan from here, he's ran basically 2.5 meals because he was starting to feel a little bit bloated leading in towards the bodybuilding first show, or the first showing. So we halted that meal. We've left it. We've just kept obviously fluids in as well, sipping on fluids throughout. We've never pulled fluids. I just don't believe in that for his physique. Some people need it. He definitely doesn't. So we've kept a small amount of fluid in, but now he's come off having been quite fatigued. We need to get something back into him. So straight away we've added in some carbs. We've reintroduced fats, a little bit of fat, just to help them stick to a certain extent. But primarily it's going to be obviously to drive his energy levels back up, and as well reintroduce a little bit more sodium, which is going to help facilitate his pump going into classic. So it's about making sure we hold the look here. And the last thing we want him to do is just like not drink, not eat. If he does that, he's just going to wither away over throughout the day. That's the last thing we need. So the challenge now is to try and keep him full. So I'm very happy with where he's at. He's just currently inside chilling. Obviously I don't want him coming outside here. I just want him sitting down, chilling the hell out, in his own world, relaxed. When the time comes to pump up for classic, he'll be on the go. But we've got a good amount of time now because they've got a full novice class. That's how they do it over here. They do novice classes, then a novice overall, and then he's going to go into the open classes. So we've got a good chunk of time to wait where he can chill, relax, get a little touch up on his tan, and then ready to go again. So if we can get 3 wins today, that's going to be big. We've already got 2. We're going to go for number 3, and we'll see how we get on. But that's an update from me. Again, Ollie the cameraman, not allowed backstage, which is what it is. But we're still getting fantastic content for you guys. Stay tuned. Classic physique up next.
weeks before, you know, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then
You start counting down.
yeah. Team kort op elkaar heen.
I thought to myself, I did so much work for it. Fuck it. Nee, maar het was te druk op beneden.
Bodybuilding, dat was tegen
Dat was wel...
Ja, dat is definitely, yeah, that's...
Nee, tuurlijk, ja.
You were literally on the way, but we're not. Yeah. So, grab some food and chill. So there we have it, guys. Good day at the office. Interesting classic physique result, I will say that, but I can understand it. A very, very good class. Very good class. I mean, for me, that's probably class of the day. From what I could see in terms of with bodybuilding, men's physique, everything, to be honest. Very, very competitive class. Winner was crazy. Second place, young lad, incredible, like incredible. And then it was a good battle, but as you can see in terms of with the call out, we were in the top four, well, the initial call out of 5, then it got moved into 4, that was the final call out. I thought we had third, with the way they moved it, or even potentially second, with him finishing in one of the middle spots with the final call out, but obviously they didn't work it like that. Apparently it was a split decision with where he was, so it's a case of that's bodybuilding, you take that one. Yeah, you want to win every show you do, you want to win every kind of lineup you're in, but we still take 4th in a very, very good class, and we're happy with that. So that wraps up the day, guys. That wraps up the day, a fantastic day. I'm very, very happy with everything, to be honest. The journey coming over to Holland for this, and equally so, obviously seeing him do his stuff in person, which I've worked with Michael long enough. It was a great opportunity for me to come out and see him here, and I took that with both hands, really, because it's just going to provide now me the exact picture of where he's at physique-wise in person. I always feel like if you can see your athlete in person, it's massively beneficial, because it always is going to do him some kind of difference in comparison to just going off photos. Now, if you're working with clients and you're never going to see the other side of the world, yeah, it's a little bit different, but I had the opportunity to come down here and took it. So, fantastic weekend, and it's been a great learning process, not only just for myself, again, for this peak, tried something different. Like I explained last night, but equally so, we've come away with, and I hate it when people say, oh yeah, it's good data or whatever, but it genuinely is, because it's what I need to understand exactly where he's at in his journey, but equally so, what his body responds best to. And I feel like we've got a good gauge of it, to be honest, this prep. Not much has gone wrong, which is good. It's you want a prep to be as smooth as possible. There's always going to be obstacles, no matter what prep, there's going to be obstacles. It's about managing those, but I feel now with the experience that he's had for doing these 2 shows, it's going to put him in good stead, no matter what he wants to do in the future, whether that be continue to progress through bodybuilding. I've told him he can go as far as he can go, and as far as he wants to, and I personally believe that, because in 3 years you can see the difference. In 3 years, from going from where he started to the stage look that you've seen today, it's absolutely phenomenal, like phenomenal progress. So it's as far as he wants to take it, really, and it's just been a pleasure to see him progress, and we'll continue to do that. We're transitioning into an off season now. He takes his rest and recovery. For me as a coach, I'm very, very big on my athletes taking that downtime now. If they want a day off plan, he's got one tomorrow. If they want to take a couple of days off, chill out. If they want a week off training, they can have it. I'm very much about that, but equally so, it's about getting back into a structure after a couple of days from a dietary standpoint, and then just setting him up for a really progressive off season. So he's going to enjoy the next few days, then we get back to work in terms of setting out what that looks like, but he's going to need some good recovery time, because it's been a tough prep, like they always are. But no, very excited for what's to come from him, and equally so excited for what's to come on the channel. There's going to be far more stuff again leading into the end of the year. I've got a trip to Dubai, which I'll probably get a few vlogs. I've also got other content planned, so it's going to be a good end of year to the channel, guys. So make sure you obviously continue to follow on. Another show day here today, and another sort of opportunity for me to showcase what I do one-to-one when I'm working with my athletes who are jumping on stage. Obviously don't primarily just work with athletes, I work with people who want to make an incredible body transformation alongside this, but it just gives you that indicator of what I do when I'm working one-to-one with my competitors, and again, the quality of the results that we always strive to achieve. But yeah, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you enjoyed the trip. Hope you enjoyed the journey. And I will see you again soon next time around.